God morning, y'all. It's June 7th. God calling true beauty. Got eventide. Lose life's sting. Lose life's sting. Let's get into it. So true beauty. We have Isaiah 55:3. Incline your ear and come unto me. Hear and your soul shall live. Isaiah 55. Just read that one more time. Incline your ear. Open your ear, right? And come unto me. Hear and your soul shall live. You have to come to a place of understanding to truly live in God. Not only live, but grow. Now this is the God calling. Not only live, but grow in grace and power and beauty. The true beauty, the beauty of holiness. Reach ever forward after the things of my kingdom. So you know that saying, like, God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason? That's so true. Even God's saying that right now. Even God strictly said, Isaiah 55:3. You have your ears to listen. You have your ears to listen and grow, right? You have to listen. You have to understand. You have to be able to put aside your ego, your pride, right? Your selfishness, and just be able to be open to you being wrong. So all of their opinions to God, to the godly opinions, to what's morally right? Not just to you, but to what's actually true with God. And then with that, you'll gain grace, power, beauty, and the beauty of holiness. Reach ever forward after the things of my kingdom. In the animal world, the very form of an animal alters to enable it to reach that upon which it delights to feed. So an animal is going to change itself, change its habits to get to its food. That's what God's saying we need to do. So reaching after the treasures of my kingdom, your whole nature becomes changed so that you can best enjoy and receive the wonders of that kingdom. Dwell on these truths. So guys, this is how we have to live. We have to be able to open our ears. We have to be able to come and hear God. We have to be able to have eyes to hear, and ears to see. Eyes to see, ears to hear, right? We have to be able to be open to changing our nature. So when we hear things, so when we hear criticism, so when we hear what is right, we have to not only be able to put aside ourselves, put our selfishness on the cross, to be able to listen to it, to be able to understand it, to be able to grow from it, but also change that which is bad in ourselves, that which we are going against. Got to eventide. Lose life's sting. Submit yourself entirely to my control, my kingship. Then the sting is taken out of life's robust. Okay, think about it, right? Something bad happens to you, right? Let's say someone beats up your girlfriend, right? For some reason. Let's say, that's weird. Let's say someone kicks your ankle, right? Imagine someone comes up to you, kicks your ankle, right? You don't have the Lord in your life. Boom. You're gonna be like, I need revenge. You're gonna go home. You're gonna get a whole plot up with pictures of their faces scratched out and red string connecting them, and you're gonna do this whole assassination plot attempt, right? That's what the normal person without God would do. Now imagine someone comes up and kicks your shin and runs away, and you are of God, right? You're going to be like, oh my gosh, this hurts, but that person's obviously hurting more. Let me pray for them. Let me bless them. They're obviously going through something. They have to resort to violence on a random human being that they don't know. That wasn't personal. They just want to kick me, and they got it out of the system. Now, let me pray for them. I hope God blesses them. I hope that they do better, right? These are two different ways, two different perspectives of looking at things, right? And it's going to be so much easier to go through pain if you have God. If you have that mindset of, I don't need to be right. I don't need this. I don't need that. If I always know that I'm backed up by God, if I always know I'm going to be healed, if I always know that I always have someone in my corner that's there for me, that's supporting me, that loves me, then it's going to be so much easier to go through trials and tribulations in life. It really is. And that's you can't deny that, right? So even if you don't believe God, even if you're iffy about him, you cannot deny that having someone in your corner, someone that truly only has the best outlook for you, is going to make everything in life so much easier, especially life's hardships. Welcome each contact as of my planning. Be ready to widen your circle of influence at my wish. Do not let age or other limitations daunt you. God's saying that people are going to come into your life that you don't expect, that are going to bring God into your life in ways you don't expect, right? You have to be able, just as we were talking about before, have the proper ears to hear and know if they're false prophets or not, but also they might show up in very strange ways, right? Jesus came down as, a 5-foot midget with dark skin, right? And we've changed him to look like this beautiful white goddess of just feminine. He looks so feminine, not a hair on his body except for his head, right? Because that's very approachable, because that's very easy for people to grasp to. But what he really looked like isn't at all how he's portrayed in the West, right? But that's what God's saying here. God's saying that people are going to come looking in ways that you don't imagine, and you have to be able to accept that. Trust me, can I not judge your fitness for the task I give you? So now God's saying, if I use you, would you judge yourself? Have not I a love for your acquaintances as well as for you? Do not question my decisions. All is planned in love for all my children. Only self-will can hinder the carrying out of the divinely conceived plan. Only your selfishness, only your free will that God's given you can hinder the plan that God has for you, that divinely conceived plan that he's carrying out in your life. Only you can stop that, so be aware of that. Work gladly, knowing all needed wisdom shall be provided. Also, all needed material to do my work. So God's telling you right now that whatever you need to go through in life, God is going to be there to give you wisdom. He's going to be there to give you what you need, to give you the materials to do his work, right? And the only person who can stop this is you. And yes, that makes you very powerful. God being in your life is very powerful, but what's also very powerful is the free will that he gives you, is you being able to do whatever you want to do, right? And we see that with very powerful people in this day and age that can do seemingly anything, right? People with a lot of money, people that get away with things because they have a lot of money, right? They're able to get away with these things because they have that free will. So God is extremely powerful, but remember that you're powerful too. You can impact people's lives, right? You can put false things into their ears, how we were talking about before, that can drive them away from God, but you can also drive them towards God, right? So you have to remember that. And remember that God is always in your corner. Don't question his decisions. All is planned in love for you. That's a fact. That is June 7th. There's a lot today. That was amazing. That was powerful. I love you guys. And with that, I'll say amen.